And this is my developmental analysis presentation. My physical and social settings. I was born in Athens, Georgia. Go Dogs. I was raised in Bethlehem, Georgia all my life. We've never moved. I was raised by a nuclear family. My two caretakers were my parents. I have a little sister named Lindsay. She's 4 years younger than me. I lived in a small community in a very rural area. All we had around our house was pretty much pasture. We had a big yard. There just wasn't a lot of buildings and houses in the area we lived. To go into McDonald's, we had to drive into town, so we didn't really have a whole lot around us. My grandparents lived right next door. My great-grandmother lived down the road, and then my aunt, uncle, and cousins lived right down the road from them. So we were all right there compact, and we knew all our neighbors. We talked to them all the time. When we'd drive by, we'd say hey. We felt very comfortable going over to their houses because they would take care of us. And as soon though as we acted up, our parents would soon hear about it, and we would be in a lot of trouble. So we try not to ever get in trouble over there. More physical and social settings. Most of my in all my life, I've met most of my friends through band. Whether it was in middle school, high school, or college, I've met most of my friends in band. And I would spend a lot of time in the band room in middle school and high school, and even now, and hang out with most of my friends. And also, one of my best friends is my sister, and always has been. I can tell her anything. That's me and her right there during Christmas. Right here, this is Daniel. He is a music ed major as well. And a funny story about this picture is it was the night before midterms, and we were throwing around a baseball, and he happened to hit me in the face, so we had to go to the hospital and get my eye glued up. So that was pretty fun. Right here, this is my friend Khalil, who's also in band. This was before a marching band game, football band. And this was at the GMEA conference in Savannah, which is the Georgia Music Educators Association. And we were trying out some plastic trombones, so that was fun. This right here is me in high school. I was the drum major for my band. I absolutely loved it. It was something I'd always dreamed about, being the drum major for my band. So it was a really awesome year. I was drum major my senior year. I met a lot of cool people, made a lot of new friends and connections just by being drum major. So that was a very cool experience for me. And over here in this corner is my best friend from high school, Stephen Joyce. We were at a Falcons tailgate event. There's only one way to do it, and that's rise up. We're both huge Falcons fans and also love the Atlanta Braves and Atlanta Hawks. Some more physical and social settings. As a kid, my recreational activities, I played soccer a lot when I was little. I played from kindergarten till the end of 5th grade. Whether it was outside with my sister, like this picture right here shows, or in a rec league like this. I played at the YMCA every fall and spring from kindergarten to 5th grade, like I said. I love playing soccer, even if it was by myself at my house. Now I like to play football, just throw a football around with my friends, play some backyard football. I like throwing a baseball around, except when I get hit in the face. I also like playing basketball with my friends as well. So I'm all about sports. I love playing them. I also love playing my guitar and just anything that deals with music. My first job was at Chick-fil-A. I got hired when I was 15 years old, a freshman in high school. And I worked there until my senior year of high school. I learned a lot about life during that job. I learned how to treat people even if they're not treating you as well. I also learned I learned a lot about different people and different cultures through that, because we had a lot of different cultures represented at Chick-fil-A. I met a lot of awesome people. I just learned a lot of life skills. I also learned that I didn't want a career in food services, because I don't enjoy it as much as music. My customs and practices. Religion was always a huge part of my life and has been since I was born. I was born in a Christian household, still a Christian today, and I absolutely love God, and it's always been a huge part of my life. I didn't do much co-sleeping growing up. I was in a crib in my parents' room for a little bit, but then I ended up moving into my own room and sleeping there. So I didn't do a whole lot of co-sleeping. As a child, I was pretty much the easy child. I was very calm, laid back, didn't throw a lot of tantrums. So my parents didn't have to worry about me as much, except when I didn't get my way, I would pitch a little bit of a fit then. But for the most part, I was an easy child. My sister, on the other hand, was more of a difficult child. When she didn't get her way, she would kick and scream. I would cry, but I wouldn't kick and scream. So I was definitely more of an easy child. Some more customs and practices. One thing I do want to say is I have an independent training. So I've never been dependent, really. I've always been independent. When it comes to training, I like to learn on my own, and you'll see that in the next slide. Also initiation. My first experience with initiation was when I got baptized. July 23rd, 2003. I got baptized by my dad. It was an absolutely amazing experience, one I'll never forget. So that was really my first initiation. My second was graduation. I graduated from Appalachian High School with honors. So that was really my second initiation. And then also voting. When I turned 18, I wasn't able to vote because there's no election. So actually the first time I got to vote was this past fall. So it was a cool experience for me, is just to get to vote. And it made me feel like more of an adult, getting to vote for who I wanted in office. So that was a really cool experience and another initiation. Like I said a second ago, I was very independent when it came to training. I would go out and learn stuff on my own, whether it was during a formal setting or an informal setting. When it comes to formal learning, though, I went through public school my whole life. I went to Kennedy Elementary School, Westside Middle School, and Appalachian High School, and like I said before, graduated with honors. And of course now I go to RU, which I love the people. I've met a lot of awesome people. I've gotten to know a lot about different cultures as well by going here. So I absolutely love it. My informal learning was mostly from my dad. From the time I was little, we would go outside. He taught me how to fish, taught me how to hunt, taught me how to do different activities, and taught me how to be an outdoorsman, taught me how to fix different things. He's always been one that can fix just about anything, so I learned a few things from him. But he also just taught me how to be a man. And another informal thing I learned informally is guitar. I got a guitar in 7th grade, and when I first got it, I started to just pick up things on the internet, or I would look stuff up, get a book, and I started learning guitar like that. So that's how I started learning it, and I was just very fueled to learn more about it on my own. And then I took guitar lessons for about 2 years from this guy right here, Chris Vader, who's one of my dear friends, and also plays guitar for my church. But he taught me a lot about guitar. I learned tons from him. And after I stopped doing lessons with him, I took the initiative to also learn more about guitar on my own, and still am. Psychology of my caretakers. My parents growing up were always, it was a very religious household. They grew up in a Christian household like I did. Their parents taught them how important it was, and as a result, they taught me how important it is. And it is one of the most important things in my life. My dad graduated from Lake Gibson High School in Lakeland, Florida, and then afterwards didn't go to college, but instead went to the workforce. He worked with his dad for a while, doing a well system, and then he went out and did other things as well. My mom graduated from Winder Barrow High School, and then went to Gainesville Junior College, and went there for about a year, and decided to go into the workforce after that. My parents growing up learned a lot from their parents, and they have they've used those same beliefs to raise me. One of them is just work your tail off all the time, always work hard. If you got a chore that needs to be done, you better do it. Never give up on what you believe in, and don't give up on your dreams. God is always with you. And do your job is another one. And always never give up. Just never give up. So my grandparents' parenting styles on them has influenced the way that they've raised me, which has made a huge influence on my life for the better. So that's that. And here's some cool pictures. This is me with my grandfather at the beach. He actually passed away a year ago. He taught me a ton of stuff. This is me and my friend Josh at a wild game dinner at my church. I happen to have a nice old snake around my neck. This is me as drum major again during the end of our halftime show. This is me with one of my old friends growing up at Six Flags. This is me this Christmas at Reinhardt with our mascot. And this is me at graduation getting my diploma, which was an awesome experience. And this is me with Santa. But that's it. Thank you.